Welcome into another video in my series where we're going through and testing all the weapons inside of Black Ops 6 to see how viable these weapons are for us to be using inside of the Zombies game mode. So if you're new around here and you like everything Call of Duty Zombies, boy, are you in the right place. Make sure you're subscribed with those bell notifications turned on so you're not going to miss out any future uploads from myself on Black Ops 6. Also, down below in the description, you will find the link for my stream. I stream on Mondays and Thursdays, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Stream on Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. Pacific and noon Eastern. Stream everything from Black Ops 6 Zombies all the way through to custom zombie maps and generally have a blast over there. And that brings us to today's video, which is something I truly love to do. And this is a weapon suggestion. Now, this weapon suggestion was from one of our amazing mods inside of the Zhorde community Discord, which is a community I am building full of players that are willing to help out other players. If this sounds like a community for you, you can find the link for joining the Zhorde community Discord down below in the description. Now in today's video, we're going to take a look at a marksman rifle that was suggested by one of my Discord mods. So in today's video, we're going to take a look at the Tsarkov 7.62 marksman rifle. We're going to take this to maximum damage output inside of Black Ops 6 Zombies and see just how well this weapon performs. So by the end of the video, you should have a really good feel for how this weapon handles the zombies inside of Black Ops 6. And at the end of the video, you should be able to make up your mind on whether or not this is going to be a viable option for you. As well, stick through to the end of the video if you're playing Black Ops 6 on PC. I have a feeling you may be encountering the same problem that I am. So without further ado, let's dive into the Tsarkov 7.62 review video today. Welcome into today's video. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Let's dive into Citadelle, Day More, and check out what this Tsarkov 7.62 marksman rifle is capable of. Shout out to you, Magic Man, for the suggestion. I truly do appreciate that. Thank you so very much. So I was kind of intrigued. Now, over this past weekend, there was all of the double XP events that was going on inside of Zombies and across all of the other modes. Now, for myself, I'd like to find out from you all if you've felt the same way, but I certainly noticed that I felt like the XP for weapon levels and actually just leveling inside of Zombies, the double XP, I'm not sure if it was tracking for myself or what was the case, but I definitely leveled up a bazillion times faster playing multiplayer over the weekend, which I did play a bunch of. But you can see at the base rarity, we were doing like 307 damage, which is pretty freaking remarkable. I was impressed by that. So at this point, we had pushed through and accumulated enough salvage to take it to green rarity, and we're looking at 460 critical damage on a crit shot with just green rarity on this weapon. Nothing else. I was really impressed. Like, that is some substantial damage to have really early on in your match. Now, there are a couple downsides to this weapon. It's single fire only. So you're not going to be able to, make it fully automatic or anything like that. I do have rapid fire on the build, so stick through the video. I have you covered with the build, the camo, and the blueprint that I'm running. So now green rarity, let's go see what happens when we get Pack-a-Punch open and how does it handle our Doppleghast. Well, not too bad. It doesn't shred it like you come in here with your Pack-a-Punch GS45s and you're just going to absolutely melt this thing. I did not put the light mend ammo mod on it as well, and that will just almost instantly delete this, but wasn't much of a struggle. Just kind of focused in fire on the crits when I had a chance, and that Doppleghast was fairly easy to get rid of. So now we had Pack-a-Punch on, still at green rarity. Let's see how it handles a few more rounds up, and we get to round 7, and you can see, like, this isn't much of an issue. Green rarity with the 460 on a critical damage, you're able to really kind of mow through just about anything this early in the game. Truly, I mean, remarkable damage. 460 critical damage at just green rarity. Unbelievable. Loving all the extra salvage you get for having the Vulture Aid fully augmented up, and you get extra salvage for critical shots, which is awesome. So with Vulture's Aid and that augment, we had now accumulated enough salvage to take this to blue rarity. So let's see what kind of damage we're looking at for blue rarity if I can hit a shot. Oh my goodness, that was horrible. So here we are. Now at blue, we're looking at what, 614? Yeah, 614 on a critical damage at just blue rarity. Still not even Pack-a-Punched, and we pushed through the rounds a little bit further. Here we are on round 9. And like, holy, I was really impressed with these numbers. Like, we started at 307, we've done 2 upgrades, and we're at 614 crit damage already. We still haven't even visited Pack-a-Punch or picked up Deadshot Daiquiri to add even more critical damage. So I was really confident and just was really impressed with this. I feel like this is definitely something, if you're okay with, you know, single fire, that it can dish out just an absolute ton of carnage with the damage that this weapon has. So another good suggestion, thank you. I mean, you know, I did pick up the insta-kill, but I mean, the insta-kill was doing less damage than we were at just blue rarity. We're doing 525 damage on a critical shot with insta-kill, and we're doing 614 critical damage at blue rarity. So at this point, we had enough essence. Let's go off and dip down towards Pack-a-Punch and increase the damage output on this Marksman rifle one more time. Now here we are in round 13. And we have another Doppleghast come in, and look at this. I mean, no problems whatsoever. I just kind of just annihilated him as soon as he spawned in on the map, which was awesome. So, you know, I wanted to kind of round up some of the zombies here on round 13, see how is this weapon going to be able to handle some of the crowd control that we're going to be dealing with when we play zombies. Now, it is single fire, like I said, so I was kind of curious to see how is it going to perform when we have a larger crowd, and are we going to be able to get through that crowd, or is it just going to be a couple shots and we're going to have to move? So let's see how this performs. I saw a 191 on one of the armored zombies for armor damage, which is pretty good. That's definitely pretty good. We're looking at 1,228 critical damage at Pack 1 blue, which is pretty substantial. For sure at this point. I was really impressed. Like, that is some pretty heavy critical damage to have at only Pack 1 in blue. Like, we still have Epic to go, we still have Legendary to go, we still have PAP 2 to go, and we still have PAP 3 to go. So yeah, definitely seeing some strong damage numbers with this. And we got our first armored or helmet zombie there, so we picked up our stamp and pushed through to put that away. Then it was time to push through the rounds a little bit further so that we can accumulate enough salvage to take this up to epic rarity. Still only Pack-a-Punched 1. Now with 45 rounds in the magazine, there is enough rounds in here to dish out a ton of carnage. So we have our very first amalgam spawns in here on round 16. Now this was definitely an enemy that I was curious to see how this weapon was going to handle. We do not have Deadwire on, which is what amalgams are weak to. I do not have Light Mend on, and we are only Epic Rarity Pack 1 on round 16 with our first Amalgam appearing. I was feeling pretty confident. I mean, if you can hit him in the critical shots, you're doing, I think it saw 2,000, just over 2,000 damage on a critical shot if you can get it on the heads of the Amalgam, which is definitely some good damage. 2,026 is what I'm seeing there, but definitely not much of a struggle. As long as you can focus in fire on the crit shots for your Amalgam, you shouldn't have much of a problem dealing with them with this weapon. I was really impressed just how you know, fairly easy that was to handle, that Amalgam. He dropped us a mutant injection, which was awesome. We're going to be using that for an exfil unless I was able to pick up a chopper gunner in my game. But you can see 2,000 on the crit shots here. Now we do have Deadshot Daiquiri, so you're going to be seeing two different numbers pop up as I get critical shots. One is going to be if they're at full health, I'm dealing double critical damage, and the other one is going to be if they're not at full health, you're just going to be dealing the damage that you deal. So if you're wondering why you're seeing a different, you know, two different sets of damage numbers, that's why. So I run the augment on Deadshot Daiquiri so that if you hit a zombie at full health, you deal double critical damage. So that's what you can see. But at the end here, we'll get him down, and we'll get one zombie injured so we can see what kind of difference we're looking at. So here's an injured zombie, 2,026 on a critical. And we have another injured zombie, 2,026. So probably looking at close to 4,000 critical damage on with the Deadshot augment on a full health zombie, which is pretty remarkable damage at Pack 1. So at this point, we had enough essence to dive over to Pack-a-Punch and increase the damage output on this weapon again. So now we are Epic and Pack 2. And I was really kind of intrigued to see what kind of damage numbers we're looking at. Seeing how the damage numbers had showed up earlier, and we were pushing 2,000 to 4,000 depending on the health of the zombie. So here we are now on round 17 at Pack 2 and Epic. So let's see what kind of damage we are going to be looking at when we get our shots in on our zombies here. Now, I was looking around for the Raven as I had come down through earlier and shot it, but I didn't see it flying around there. I'm trying to get rid of the parasite so I can focus in on just the zombies. The parasites are so annoying on this map. Let's see what kind of damage we're looking at. 4,448, 5,400 and something. So definitely some decent damage. I see just under 3,000. This is what I'm guessing is when they're not at full health. 7,338 at full health, dealing double damage with the Deadshot augment. That's remarkable. We're only pack 2 in Epic. That is remarkable. What are we looking at when they're not full health, though? That's what I want to see. So if you're not running the double damage numbers, what are we looking at here? Can we see 7,000, 3,126, I think. 7,000, 3,007. Okay, let's see. I really want to find out what the difference is. Oh, and we finished off the headshot challenges for this weapon. Absolutely amazing. So we unlocked that camo. All right, so we got an injured zombie, 4,052 on a critical shot. And then full health, 7,000... Let's see. 7,368. Okay, so that's a pretty substantial jump when you can get them to full health, but even at 4,400 or 4,500, whatever that number was, that is some pretty remarkable damage output at pack 2. So now we've got ourselves up to legendary, and let's see what we're looking at. A non-full health zombie, 5,403 and 778, 780 armor damage on an armored zombie, which is definitely some good armor damage for sure on armored zombies. So now we push through the rounds a lot further. Here we are in round 24. We got another Doppleghast that spawned in, and you can see we're just kind of focusing fire on the crit shots when we get a chance, and I mean, didn't last, I would say, more than 5 seconds. Then we had an amalgam spawn in, and again, I didn't have any ammo mods on my weapon, so do keep that in mind as you see me firing shots on the amalgam here. We're also pack 2 legendary, so we're not yet at our maximum damage output for this weapon, but I was curious to see, you know, how is it going to be handling round 24. You've got a bunch of zombies. We had a Doppelghast. We have an amalgam in the area, so kind of curious to see what is this going to be like. Now, when you have your amalgams, I just want to let you all know a nice little tip. They can heal themselves. So if you've got a bunch of zombies around like I do right now, make sure when you're turning back to get your shots into the crowd that you are making sure you fire off some shots into your amalgam to prevent your amalgam from, you know, healing itself, and then you've got just this endless fight with an amalgam going on. So that's one of the nice tips that I like to do. Just kind of make sure that their health stays low. Don't give them a chance to heal. Just continue to fire in some shots to your amalgam, and you should have no problems being able to handle them when you have a big horde of zombies with you as well. And you can see here we just about finished off our amalgam. We got, I think, one more shot, or did he die right there? I think we need one more. I think we almost got him in that firing bit there. Yeah, he's coming at me right here. So 1,200 damage, and he's done. And again, that wasn't really much of a struggle. You just kind of run around, grouping up the zombies, and making sure we get the shots in on the amalgam when we have a chance. But now it's a chance to see how is this going to handle crowd control on round 24 when you've got quite the substantial crowd chasing you around the map on Citadelle. How does this weapon perform? It is single fire, so does it really struggle in this scenario? The only thing I would say is the fire rate on this is a little bit slow. So you're going to be spending a lot of time doing what you see me doing on screen, which is sticking and moving, getting in a couple shots, push, couple shots, push, couple shots, push. I found was kind of the only real downside to this weapon. The damage that you can do, though, per magazine is remarkable. I mean, we are dishing out an absolute boatload of carnage right here. As you can see, we just turned and burned through just about everything that was left as far as round 24 goes. So that was truly awesome, and definitely gave me confidence to kind of continue pushing up through the rounds using this weapon. Now, I did want to get it to maximum damage output and see just, you know, what is this thing capable of. But I don't want to miss out on all that salvage we get from using the Vulture's Aid. So we got enough essence to go ahead and take this to Pack-a-Punch level 3 legendary. So we went ahead and did that. Now let's make our way back into spawn, and let's see just what kind of damage numbers are we looking at on a maximum damage output on this weapon. I was really kind of curious to see how it was going to perform. Now, we did get light mend on there. We've got all the perks. So we have absolutely everything. We are maximum damage output on this, 100%. So let's see what kind of damage are we looking at. Come on, give me a zombie. Give me a zombie. We got an amalgam that spawned in. That's not what I was looking for. I saw some 10,000 in there. Oh my goodness. 10,000 damage? That's impressive. I did see a 20, like a 19,000. But I'm pretty sure that's my dead shot augment kicking in. Yeah, there's another 10,000, just shy of 11,000 damage. There it is, 10,800 something. We're also hitting the amalgam for, looks like, about 2,000 damage when we're able to hit on the crits, which is awesome. Also, don't be afraid to use the traps here on Citadelle. They're incredibly strong. You can also ignite these oil traps using a Molotov and make them even stronger, which is definitely something I would take an advantage of if you're passing up through the rounds. They can take out an absolute ton of zombies for you, which is awesome. And my amalgam, oh my goodness. Like, can you not spawn right next to me, please? Like, what the heck was that? Not a fan. Not a fan. Definitely not a fan. There's the Raven Claw. We finally managed to pick that up. Now let's see, what are we looking at here? 19,000. Oh my goodness. 2,400. It looked like that might have been on the amalgam or maybe an armored shot on one of the armored zombies. Tough to say. But definitely I was feeling pretty confident, you know, using this weapon. It dishes out a ton of damage per bullet, which is absolutely amazing. But I'm going to say it again. You know, the downside to this is it is single fire. So if you're not a fan of single fire, you're probably not going to really enjoy using this weapon too much. One of the other downsides I will point out to this, just to be honest and transparent with you all, is its fire rate, as you can see, is a little bit slow. But I mean, you can see the damage that we can dish out. Your maximum you can get to is about 20k per bullet with the extra damage from the Deadshot augment. But I mean, you got 16,000, 10,000, 8,000 damage in there for critical shots, which, you know, makes this completely a viable weapon to be using on these rounds. I'd like to find out what you guys think about this and whether or not you've used it and what you think of it. So please let me know down in the comments if you've used this weapon inside of your games and what you feel its advantages and disadvantages are. I certainly feel like it's got a very, very strong advantage as far as damage output per shot, definitely. But like I said, the downside's the fire rate, and the single fire is definitely not the best. I actually didn't even notice until right here that I had 2 amalgams chasing me. Instead of just one. I thought I only had 2, or I thought I only had 1, not 2 chasing me. Anyway, let's go ahead and get it. We got 10,000, I think, on an amalgam shot when we get it on the head. Maybe not. Let's see. What can we get when we get a crit shot on this amalgam? I'm wondering, like, are we getting the 10? Yes, we are. Oh my goodness. So just under 11,000 crit damage with this on an amalgam without the Deadwire ammo mod, which is what the amalgams are weak to. So we're running light mend at this point. And that was still some just absolutely remarkable damage output to see. I mean, amalgams can be such a pain to deal with, and this really gave me confidence to handle them when I had them appear in my games and in the middle of the round. Like, I wasn't too concerned, knowing that this can dish out that kind of damage per bullet, which is truly remarkable. Like, absolutely insane. Let's see, what are we looking at? 5,000. Hold on. Let's see. I think we grabbed a couple zombies at the end here. Let's see what we got. 9,222. That can't be right. Let's get this last zombie. Called the exfil in as we're heading out, but I wanted to see, did I get to shoot this last zombie or no? No. Nice. So just shy of 11,000 damage with this weapon on maximum damage output is truly remarkable damage numbers. You'll be able to create an absolute ton of carnage with this weapon per magazine. Now, as we get to the end of the match, this is a problem I have been having recently on PC. Let me know if you play Black Ops 6 on PC and if you are coming across the DirectX error and crash in your game. So typically for me, I can play currently for roughly about an hour, and then my game is going to get a DirectX error, and I'm going to crash completely. The game closes right down, and so that is definitely something that's very frustrating. I've been trying to find a solution for that. I know you can go to Windows 10. I currently run Windows 11, and Windows 10 can be a fix, but let me know if you're on PC and you found a fix for the DirectX error. That happens to us all. That's what happened to me right there. So, as I do at the end of every video, here is the build that I used for today's run. So let's work together in the comments section to make any changes to that, so we all have one amazing build to run on this Marksman rifle. There's the camo and the blueprint I'm running. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and comment on the videos for your best chance to get in for the next Black Ops 6 Vault Edition draw that happens when the channel reaches 7,000 subscribers. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.